Mashable's daily culture and entertainment show that gives you tomorrow's biggest news stories today. I'm your host, a juicy, pickled Ezra Klein, also known as Dory Greenberg. On Mash On This, we give you a quick rundown of what we think is the best the internet has to offer. So be sure to tell us what you think in the comments, and we'll get to them at the end of the show. Now, don't be shy. We want to hear what you have to say. Now, let's get into it. It is the month of June, so Pride Month is officially in full swing. Yay! For those who aren't familiar, LGBT Pride Month is celebrated in June to honor the 1969 Stonewall riots in Manhattan, which essentially started the gay liberation movement. And while there will be plenty of partying and dancing, there are also some solid ways that you can help make an impact for good for the gay community this month. They range from the easily achievable, like donating to gay rights organizations, to the more hands-on, like mentoring an LGBTQ child. To find out all the ways you can give back, you should definitely read Katie Dupier's article on Mashable.com. I don't really care who you are. If you're not watching Rick and Morty, then you are making horrible life choices. It's one of the best shows on TV right now, not just because it's incredibly funny, but also because it's incredibly intellectual without making the viewer feel dumb, especially when it comes to life's biggest questions. The co-creator of Rick and Morty, Dan Harmon, recently posted a Facebook video about the search for meaning, where he discusses how Rick appears to be, quote, the scene between God and man, but still doesn't really give a care about what he creates, perpetuating the idea that nothing really matters. But does Dan Harmon himself believe in this idea? See for yourself.
Do I agree with Rick that nothing means anything? No, I do not, because the knowledge that nothing matters, while accurate, gets you nowhere. The planet is dying, the sun is exploding, the universe is cooling, nothing's gonna matter. The further back you pull, the more that truth will endure. But when you zoom in on Earth, when you zoom into a family, when you zoom into a human brain and a childhood and experience, you see all these things that matter. Knowing the truth, which is that nothing matters, can actually save you in those moments. Once you get through that terrifying threshold of accepting that, then every place is the center of the universe, and every moment is the most important moment, and everything is the meaning of life.
Very interesting stuff. Be sure to check out the rest of the third season of Rick and Morty when it comes out sometime this July. It's going to be swifty. Who run the world? Girls. Who run the box office? Girls. And to be specific, a woman named Patty Jenkins. Over the weekend, Wonder Woman, which was directed by Patty Jenkins, banked an estimated $100.5 million in domestic ticket sales, making it the largest ever opening for a film directed by a woman. The previous #1 spot went to Sam Taylor Johnson, the director of 50 Shades of Grey, which opened with $85.2 million at the box office back in 2015. Wonder Woman is also off to a healthy start around the world, since its near-simultaneous worldwide release this weekend brought in an estimated $122.5 million. It's already out in major foreign markets like China and the UK, but a number of key openings that include France, Germany, and Japan are still to come. And if you haven't seen it yet, make sure you do. I know it's crowded out there, but it's epic in every sense of the word. Wonder Woman isn't the only fierce female fighting crime lately. A 64-year-old lady named Jean Brooks from Nottingham in the UK has utilized a tool celebrated by women for years and decades, and is now wielding it as a weapon for good, specifically by blowing the no-good doers away. Take a look.
When you've got cars and bikes going meow, meow, meow all up and down the road, it had to stop. And children now are saved. Quite simply, by picking up one of those and going like that, I have never seen so many people's brake lights go on, and all it is is a hairdryer. If they don't like it, that's tough. I live here. My friends live here. My friends' children live here. And if we can't be safe in our own streets, how the hell are we going to be safe in the world?
Listen, Wonder Woman is cool, whatever. But Jean Brooks is my new superhero. She has one of the best crime-fighting suits I've ever seen. It takes a lot of time and effort to get your tan lines etched into your skin that deep, which is just a reflection of her intense dedication to staying outside all day long, keeping the streets safer. So for that, Miss Jean, the babe of blow dryers, the hero with hot tools, the street demon blower, maybe not that last one, but anyway, we salute you. Keep up the great work. If you had the honor of talking with Mashable's own Pete Patchett lately, he probably started the conversation with, "Hi, how are you? Siri is bad at its job." And he's right. Apple's smart assistant Siri is pretty hard of hearing, interprets things incorrectly, and is basically only good at giving weather reports. That's not to say that Apple hasn't attempted to prove Siri over her 6 years of digital life, though, since it can now launch apps and speak over 21 different languages. But the problem with Siri isn't the software, it's the hardware. For starters, Siri is built into the home button of the iPhone, which leads to most people activating Siri by mistake when they really wanted to do something else. And then there's the annoying requirement of pulling the darn thing out of a pocket or purse to talk to it. And it's like, hello, I'm busy here trying to have a life. So doesn't it only make sense for Apple to roll out a Siri-powered smart speaker similar to the Amazon Echo? If it's not talked about at Apple's Worldwide Developer Conference today, then Pete projects that it'll likely happen at another event later this year. And I think most users would be happy to have Siri living outside of their iPhones and with a renewed sense of purpose inside of a speaker. For more details on why this makes a whole lot of sense, check out Pete Patchett's article on Mashable. We are noted grammar and spelling nerds at Mashable, and we love it when a new word has evolved colloquially, makes its way into the dictionary. And the latest addition to the Oxford English Dictionary is something that gained mainstream recognition in the early 2000s thanks to the help of a man named Marshall Mathers. And that word is Stan. If you had ears in the year 2002, then you likely remember the song Stan by Eminem, which is about a dangerously obsessed fan, as well as the video that featured Devon Sawa, So Hot, as the titular character Stan. Since then, though, the term has expanded to describe a particularly devoted fan of an artist. It's kind of funny to think that a hit song from not that long ago has made an impact big enough to be officially added to an English dictionary. But I guess we only have ourselves to blame for that. Oops.